We are back. Back like we never left. Man. This is your host, Charles Becco, y'all. Let's give us a second while we set up everything here. Yeah. Just getting everything together. Yes, sir. I think we're ready to go. All right. I think we're ready to go. All right. Again, this is Charles Becco with a stock market recap. And so, today, we're going to be talking about where do we go from here in the stock market. All right. Let's, give me a second here while I get myself some water. Ooh, want to get myself some water here. All right. Wanted to get myself some water. All right. Team, thank you for everything that you have done. Thank you for everything that you have done. I'm going to try to put everything together. Sorry for the delay. But it's just taking some time to put together here. Okay. Again, taking some time to put together, but it's going to be all right. Man. Putting the room together. All right. Let me see here. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, Toria, I have no idea how you got on the stage, but hello. Oh, man. Gonna be a little different today. Again, welcome team. Again, we're just doing a quick stock market recap. Don't have a host club just yet. We'll kind of explain that, but it's all good. Give me a second while I get the room together. Once I put this room together, we'll be good. We'll get right on to it. Okay. Ping y'all friends up in the room so we can get it started. Ping it up in the room so we can get them started. Okay. Let me get the links up in here. And thanks for showing up here. There we go. All right, stock market recap. Where do we go from here, right? Definitely follow the link up above. We're just going to be going over some of the charts here. And there we go. Okay. So, what in the world is going on with the stock market? Very good question. So, pretty much, right? So, SPY's in a precarious situation, right? It's kind of in between heaven and hell, right? It's in between its daily 8 and daily 21. I can't say that it's bullish. I can't say that it's all the way bearish, okay? What I can say is this, is that the longer term time frames have a huge problem, right? The longer term time frames, like if you go to like the weekly time frame, okay, we are under these huge support numbers here under the weekly 34, right? And so that kind of opens us up to go back down to the weekly 50, right? But the good news is there is like enough juice in the market that it could potentially fix itself. But overall, I do believe that we do have a huge, gigantic problem with the market, okay? I'm not too sure if you, ladies and gentlemen, have taken the time, right? But if you've been subscribed to the YouTube, we've been publishing videos this entire time. Okay, we have not been on Clubhouse for reasons that I can't get into right now this second. However, what I can say is that at least on the QQQ, we've got a big problem. And the big problem is actually on the monthly time frame. So again, everybody, please click the link above there, okay? I see there's a couple people on stream. I know there's not a ton of us here today, right? But again, just click the link up there, and I really want you to pay attention to this chart on the Qs, right? Let me pull up a different chart. This is the chart that I use to kind of trade with my day trading stuff. Let me get a different chart. So here you go. So we are well under our 200 on the daily time frame with the Qs, and we barely got no kind of bounce. I mean, we had a daily MACD cross. We didn't go anywhere. We're trading in a little bit of range here. It is kind of a choppy range here on the QQQ, right? But here's where the real issue is, right? Once you kind of, open up the frame a little bit and you step back just a little bit further, right? And you go to a monthly time frame. This is where all the trouble really starts to show itself. And I know my QQQ chart looks nasty, so let me just go to the futures because it's easier to read, right? Here's the problem, okay? We are in a monthly short setup on the QQQ, okay? You see that right there? This is a monthly MACD cross down that we are currently experiencing on the QQQ. And you may be thinking, Charles, what does that really mean? It means that maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not even 2 weeks from now, right? But at some point in time, we are going to have a problem, okay? I say at some point we go back down and retest the lows, down another 1,000 points in the Qs. Okay, if you look on, that's NQ, right? So if you look at QQQ for comparison, what does that mean? Okay, it means going back down to potentially test 330 on the Qs, okay, and even potentially even lower, potentially down to 300 on the Qs. Okay, now what does that mean for the rest of the stock market? Well, that's not very good because a lot of the Qs is weighted very high. You have Amazon and you have Microsoft that is huge constituents of the Qs, right? And pretty much as Apple, Microsoft, Google, and Facebook goes, so does the rest of the market, right? I mean, you already see Facebook, right? Facebook is clapped, okay? This is a monthly chart on Facebook, right? And we're already down, right, to our monthly 55, okay? Which is insane, right? This looks like a full-on, correction / crash or something like that already, okay? But that's Facebook, right? But everything doesn't look like that, Apple still looks very good. Apple still looks very good. Apple is hanging out near its highs, right? So, as certain areas are weak, certain areas are strong as well. So Apple is probably the best chart in the stock market right now. Second best to Apple is going to be Google, right? And that's because Google kind of smashed earnings. But even Google's like the second best chart. But look at it, right? it's in between heaven and hell. There's the 200, right? Which is like 140 odd points to the downside. And there's all-time highs, right? So Google's in between heaven and hell. Netflix is all the way in hell, okay? Netflix is cooking it up with Lucifer right now. This is crazy, right? Yeah, that's Netflix. Netflix looks not good. Amazon, okay? Even though we had this crazy wicked bounce on Amazon, right? Amazon is still well under its 200, right? Here goes Microsoft. Microsoft just barely above its 200. Here goes the beloved Tesla, okay? Tesla barely above its 200. And so, yeah, there is a problem with the Qs, okay? So, what I'm going to do here is kind of go with classic style here. I'm going to just pause the stream a little bit here for us, and I'm going to do a quick reset, and I would like for you, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I will break down 5 tickers, okay? I will break down 5 tickers. What I would like for you to do is send me your tickers on the back end, and I will break them down for you. So please allow me to do the reset. All right? Okay, so team, I want to thank you so very much for joining us today. I'm your host, Charles Becco of Brooklyn Traders. My fellow co-mods that I usually mod with are kind of busy right now. You know, no speculation. Like Sabrina is busy with, hanging out with her family. Charlene has got some business stuff. Megan is on vacation. So we're all good there. Okay. But again, I'm here holding it down Friday. I know we haven't done a show, but we've been putting out content. Again, follow Brooklyn Traders, okay? Follow at Brooklyn Traders, okay? That's on the YouTube, okay? The link is right above, and that should be pretty cool, okay? Also, we've been doing pretty well with some of these earnings plays, right? We were able to make money on the Facebook earnings. We made money with Amazon, and we did that in different ways, right? And so we are teaching a class come Sunday from 2 to 4. Now, the entire class is not going to be 2 hours, okay? However, we just put 2 to 4 because we anticipate that, after we do the class, we should run about 45 minutes or so. We will have 45 minutes to questions and anything that anybody has to do, right? And so let me get the stream back up, okay? And again, you guys know what we do here. We don't typically do pitches or anything like that, but again, I'm just letting you know, in case you guys wanted to partake. Okay, it is this Sunday from 2 to 4. We will be providing recordings, right? So if you can't make it, all right, we will be providing recordings, right? Again, we were able to get some real profitable trades on Amazon. We did some on, we did Amazon. We did Facebook, but Facebook was special. We didn't trade Facebook. We traded QQQ, and there's a reason why we did that. We traded, what other earnings that we did? We also did Penn National Gaming, okay? I screwed up on the execution of it, but it did end up working out as well. So yeah, it should be a pretty fun class, okay? Being hosted by me. Tickets are $20, okay? So if you're interested, check it out. We will be posting a link about that. Anyway, back to the charts. Let me take a look at some of your picks, okay? So I see Tesla here. I see AMD here. I see Tesla. I see AMD. I see Ford. Okay, so again, we'll take 2 more. I got Tesla, AMD, and Ford so far. We were already on the Tesla chart, so let's get right into it. So I'm going to let y'all know this right now. Out of all the Qs, besides Apple, besides Google, I really like Tesla, okay? I like the fact that no matter what happens here, right? Tesla does not want to be under 900. Okay, I've seen buyers come in and support this 900 level on Tesla, right? So as long as folk as long as folk will keep buying Tesla under 900, I would say to be bullish Tesla, right? But again, that, you have to understand what that means. When I say bullish, right, I'm talking about, well, it's bullish, but there's like a special asterisk there. You have to be aware of what the market is doing, right? If the Qs get clapped, everything is getting clapped. If SPY gets clapped, everything is getting clapped. So that includes Tesla as well, okay? So, yeah, but overall, I like Tesla, okay? Let's go to Ford. I'm letting y'all know right now, hey, for folk who said they wanted Ford and they liked Ford, you should be adding shares of Ford. Okay, I actually think this is going to be Ford's year. Okay, my biggest criticism with Ford forever was that it was not doing anything. And as you can see, this is a 10-year chart, right? And Ford was just on a steady decline, right? And so with their switch to EV, they got the electric F-150 coming out. They've got the Mustang Mach-E. The CEO basically came out and said, hey, as we make more and more electric vehicles, we are getting better at it, right? And so that is fantastic, right? And so, yeah, longer term, I think you guys want to be very bullish on Ford, and I would recommend you folks start adding some stock, right? In this environment, I don't like to kind of swing, options, especially swinging options for like a very long time. What I do like doing, however, is I do like to swing stock. Okay, swinging stock. Okay, and we've been adding some stock. Next ticker on the list is going to be AMD. Okay. Oh, I've got two keyboards here and I'm pressing the wrong one. Okay. So for me, I see AMD as being in lockstep with the Qs, but AMD's kind of been outperforming the Qs here, and I like what we're doing here. I like the fact that AMD is really trying, okay, to close above its 8. We got a huge earnings run. I think the shortage in chips will help AMD. Okay. Long term, very bullish on AMD. When it pulled back here to 100, is looking to add in some shares. Okay. You got a fresh MACD cross. Again, as long as the stock market is holding up, I really do like AMD here. Okay. Next ticker I see on the list is going to be Upstart. Haven't looked at Upstart in a very long time. Okay. But let's see what's going on with Upstart. And man, oh man, look at Upstart. Upstart has been getting collapsed, right? And so, again, team, you have to, I think the chart on Upstart here teaches us a very valuable lesson, right? Especially if you're dealing with IPOs or something that's really hot in the market, right? There's a concept called the front side of the move, and there's a concept called the back side of the move, right? And you have to know what side of the move you're on, whether it's the front side, whether it's the back side, right? And so the front side of the move, okay, was here between August, right, to October, right? See that? Where, like, pretty much, you're making a steady climb up. You're respecting the support levels there, the simple moving averages or the EMAs, the SMAs, the EMAs, whichever you have, okay? As long as you're respecting, especially the 8, especially the 21, if you are holding both of those, right, especially the 8 and the 21, you're respecting it, then that's a bullish trend, right? The trouble happens, right, when these averages start crossing under each other. What am I talking about? Well, look, As soon as you see this 8 cross over to 21, it was murder, she wrote. Look at that. Okay? The EMA crossover is one of the very, 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 very first lessons, okay, that we teach in the Brooklyn Traders curriculum, right? It's very simple. It's not complicated, okay? You have an 8 simple moving average, and you have a 21 simple moving average. You delineate that on a daily time frame, and once that 8 crosses over the 20, crosses under the 21, right, then you have what you have, okay? So that is Upstart, right? So for me, what I would love to see on Upstart here, right, is if, okay, if we could potentially cross over, and it looks like Upstart may potentially want to do that, right? We started flattening out, and we're starting to curve, right? And so typically the markets like round numbers, right? So I'm figuring if we could kind of hold above 100, we already got the MACD to cross. The histogram looks like it's behaving itself. If we could get this 8 simple moving average to cross over to 21, right? So between 100 and 105, I'm thinking Upstart could potentially make some kind of move. I do see your question. I do see a question. Where can we get the link? The link is pinned up on top, team. It's a $20 class. Okay. We're teaching how to play the earnings. We teach them how we play both ways, right? We don't just play the long side. We play the short side as well. Or if you bias to one side, we'll also show you how to hedge your bets, right? Because, you know, sure, can you put down 2,000 and 3,000 and make 20,000, you know, going long or short Facebook? Sure you can. But what if you're wrong, right? Then you get clapped, okay? So yeah, we're going to show you the safest way to play regardless of your bias or innate position. And so that link is directly up above, all right? The next ticker on the list, and this is a very funny one, but it's here, UNG, natural gas. Okay, so very funny. So a lot of municipalities are actually kind of banning natural gas in terms of like they don't want the new buildings to be heated by natural gas, right? So longer term, the prospects for nat gas, you know, the longer term prospects for Eventbrite are kind of funny. Not Eventbrite, sorry. the longer prospects for natural gas are a bit funny, right? But in terms of short-term trades, right, there is actually a buy setup here, right? As you can see with nat gas, we're falling between the 8 and the 21 simple moving average, and I'm supposing we should hold here. Instead of looking at UNG, I'd rather look at the natural gas futures, right? And if we could kind of come down here and fully touch the 8 simple moving average, which is at 435 now. I'm not too sure what brokers you ladies and gentlemen are using, right? On Thinkorswim, the futures are /NG. It may be something different on your broker, so just check it out. I would look on the futures, okay? I would look on the futures of natural gas to play UNG. And if the futures, if we could get from 455 on the futures all the way down to 435, I would look to open a position on 435 for some kind of obligatory bounce, okay? Now, whenever that happens, right, on natural gas, what I would do is come back over here to UNG, right? And then, you know, I would buy and, you know, I'd add some stock or you know, not financial advice, right? But then you can start to establish a position, right? So you, ladies and gentlemen, will determine how and when you will trade that, right? And so that is pretty much it. Okay, so I'm gonna open the inbox for questions for the next 30 seconds. If I don't have any more questions, we're gonna wrap up here today. Okay, overall, right, I wouldn't say right now is the time to back up the truck on anything. The market is still in kind of a tense place, right? You know, you have headwinds. Look at the Treasury Yields, right? The Treasury Yields here are the highest they have been since the pandemic, and they took. So here's the thing, right? And this is the thing that you really have to pay attention to, right? About a year ago, a rising Treasury yield made the Qs correct. Like it was like a major correction, right? As Treasury yields go up, that should not be good for growth stocks. Okay, so Treasury yields are up 5.5% today, which is an insane rise, right? But the Qs are going up. So I would look at that as a bearish divergence, right? And so I have no idea why the Qs aren't down today, but it's not my place to know. You know, the market just does whatever it wants to do. You know, eggheads and scientists and people who think too darn much, such as myself, the market doesn't care what we think. You know, the market is just going to do what it does, right? And so I think eventually, right, the market will be caring about these Treasury yields, right? As you can see from this chart again, let me show you here. It hasn't been this high since 2019, I can tell you that. Yeah. You know, so with the yields this high, right, I'm thinking, you know, getting out of tech and getting into someplace else, like XLP, XLE. XLE is on fire. Okay, look at XLE here. I think if there's a big thunderstorm and stuff start getting clapped, I think XLE may be the last, you know, ETF standing, right? XLE looks very good. So, yeah, just again, not financial advice. Assume everything you hear will get you clapped, okay? But yeah, just be very careful, team, right? You want to be thinking about more of a defensive portfolio in 2022. This is just my quasi-professional opinion, and that is that. So, team, I want to thank y'all so very much. Again, we have the class, okay, how to play earnings on Sunday, this Sunday, which is going to be the 6th, okay, from 2 to 4 on Zoom. Class will be recorded. We will provide that recording. Check us out. But again, team, thanks. God bless. Be careful. Stay light and tight in this market. Take care. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Retro.
Hiding, running.